I've had one too many sunburns in my lifetime. Yeah. What's the best way to get vitamin D? Sorry to tell you, it's not from a bottle, and there have been many claims of vitamin D toxicity. I've mentioned in other videos to take vitamin D3 with K2, as many of us do not live in states with UV lighting all year round. However, I've done a deeper dive of what form of vitamin D is the best for us, and unfortunately, it's not the supplement form. Question: have you ever heard of getting vitamin D toxicity from the sun? No. So the answer is the sun is the best way to get vitamin D. But Jules, doesn't the sun damage your DNA and give us skin cancer? Yes and no. Most people, even doctors, are equipped with skewed truths. People are scared to go back out in the sun, but the truth of the matter might surprise you and give you a different perspective. The truth: after spending years mostly indoors, you do up your chances of getting skin and DNA damage, but there's a reason for this. For those of you with fair skin, just stepping out into the sun when your skin isn't used to being out anymore isn't exactly the best strategy, as it's likely your skin has lost much of its protective pigmentation called melanin. It's the body's natural UV protectant. There is a great way to reintroduce your skin so that you begin having that protective substance again, so that you don't up your risk of DNA damage or skin cancer.
Don't let your kids watch it!
And quite honestly, your vitamin D deficient autistic child needs it. Yeah, look at this. We laugh because it looks funny, but if you get sunburned, you most definitely have damaged DNA. Before continuing, I would appreciate your support in quickly tapping that like and subscribe button to help me get out more information like this to the masses. Fair-skinned people, beware, and follow my recommended tips later in this video, as you'll need to gradually build melanin up. Don't think that those with naturally tan or darker skin are at an advantage. It has been reported that 50% of individuals are low in vitamin D, no matter what ethnicity you are or where you live. Although tan or darker skin have more UV protection, they have to stay longer in the sun than fair-skinned individuals to get sufficient amount of vitamin D. Those with darker skin have half as much vitamin D shown in the blood than those with lighter skin. But hopefully the recommendations I will provide you will give you some control back. It's incredibly important to have exposures at different times throughout the day, which will affect quality of life overall. To create vitamin D in the body from the sun, your skin absorbs UVB light, and then the kidneys and liver convert it to an active form of vitamin D. However, certain factors can hinder the absorption, such as the season, your age, the time of day, your location, overcast skies, your skin tone, pollution. Even factors such as if your windows are open or closed can have a huge effect of how much UV exposure you get. Now, let's check out the following recommendations that I would do to help increase vitamin D. Anyone above the 37th parallel as shown in the picture. It is difficult to get enough exposure if you live in the north, like Canada, Washington, Michigan, etc., due to the angle of the sun. Those who have jobs that also hinder exposure to the sun, for example, Navy submariners, or night shift jobs, make it nearly impossible to get enough vitamin D. This tip is where those with skin sensitivities can benefit from. So things you can do that will help, that is an optimal form of vitamin D, is from foods, such as eating lots of seafoods like oily fish, butter, liver, eggs, mushrooms, etc. is a great way to up your vitamin D levels. Albeit, it's not a significant amount as from the sun, however, it's incredibly bioavailable to the body, but there are other options to help as well. Another alternative way is having a vitamin D lamp, which can help with the absorption of UV lighting, but can be costly due to it being marketed as a form of therapy. In fact, those cost about $550, so best to save up or buy a used one. If you have a spurty vitamin D lamp, be sure to use this therapy outside to get full spectrum lighting from the sun. It's best for you to do your own research of how to use a UV lamp, as each person is different, and I'm not a doctor. I'm just a person who did her own research from legitimate sources like PubMed and used my own judgments. This will not be for everyone. With that being said, this will likely not be approved by a doctor not knowledgeable about alternative ways to get vitamin D. But if you do decide on this path, I will say start off slowly, 3 to 5 minutes to get the body used to this form of light. Location and time of day is super important. Those living within 0 to 37th parallel can get sufficient amount of vitamin D. However, many stay indoors too much. Exposing yourself more often as possible throughout certain times of the day is beneficial. First thing in the morning, 15 minutes up to an hour or so between sunrise and 10 a.m. will expose you to infrared lighting and blue light. A tip: do not wear any eyewear, as this would hinder benefits that the eye is exposed to with natural lighting. Infrared and blue lighting not only preps your skin for UV lighting, but also optimizes your body's circadian rhythm when light enters the eye, which is typically overlooked. It will help with sleep, as the brain produces melatonin and other beneficial neurotransmitters for great sleep once the sun sets. I hope you found these tips helpful and eye-opening. I'll see you in the next video.